It's good to see you all again. I'm not tired of you guys, but you guys might be tired of me, but that's okay. We're going to keep on plugging. We're going to keep on going. The next thing that is on the agenda is we're going to be doing an elders reflection circle. And I'm going to be calling up our elders to come on up. The ones that we have in here locally. We also have some online via Zoom. Oh, no, we don't have any online via Zoom, so we're in for a treat. It's all happening here. And so, I don't have the names of my elders. Maybe that's why you're not coming up, because I didn't call your name, right? And does this mean I'm facilitating the circle, or is there because I got no notes on that? I'm doing some faux pas stuff right now as an MC or a man on TV or radio. You never state your business. However, I feel like times are changing and you got to be open. You got to be truthful. Wouldn't it be a great world if people, when they campaigned, they stopped going against one another and they just started talking about how great things are? Maybe like how I told you guys earlier, we're not supposed to talk about ourselves. You're like, my name's Gary Johnson, but let me talk about this great event that we are at. We are here for our health. We're here for our communities. You think I talked long enough? So you ladies have microphones on your chairs, and so you can just grab those microphones, and we're going to start. Get you guys to introduce yourselves. And then somebody's going to bring me some guidance or questions. I have every MC's notes here, and I don't see it. All right, ladies, are you ready? Didn't get you a name? Are you ready? Okay. All right. You want to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Drin Gwynzi Shalaknai. Shat Nohatat Troti Klaju Shitri and Jitshohili. Jadit Thakju Drin Gwynzi Ginjik Gwynzi Jokwatsi go Nohokweto go Venjit. My name is Norma Cassie. I carry the name Gwahatlati. One who gave away their last cup of tea was my great-great-grandfather's name. And I'm Vantat Guchin, people of the lakes. And I just had lots of experiences in life. I'll be here all day if I talk about it. So I'm just happy to be here, and we'll pass it on to Jerry.
Yawat Jerry Sultani Yuhatuasak. I was born and raised on the traditional lands of Akhuan, which is Juneau, Alaska. I am Athabascan Tlingit woman, Eagle Clan, Wushkiton, Shark. I am happy to serve on the Oversight Committee now for a few years, representing the First Nations of the Yukon Territory. Gorashish.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Oh, good. My name is Sarah Lenny. I'm an Inuk woman from Banks Island in the Northwest Territories. I was born in an igloo, and my dad delivered me. He got his oral instructions from my nanak, and I'm first of 10. 5 girls and 5 boys. My dad delivered 7 of us. My mom is from the Central Arctic, and my dad's parents are from north of Alaska. And I've been in this beautiful country for 41 years. I love this land and the people. And I've enjoyed today. Thank you so much for being here. Ask whatever you want.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to join you for the conversation if that's okay. I just had to get a cup of coffee because there's nothing I like more than having a cup of coffee and talking to some elders. Talking to elders and having coffee is my favorite thing. So let's get into it a little bit. I think we would like to all hear your perspectives just on the event in general, watching, observing, as elders do best, and then forming insights. So my first question is, what aspects of this conference resonated with you the most? Was there any moments that you found that touched your heart or that you'd like to speak on? And I'll open that question up to anyone who wants to answer.
I think what really touched my heart today was first of all, the incredible amount of information that came from all the presenters all day. It was amazing. And also the collaboration with Indigenous peoples and all throughout the day as well, and listening to the youth and talking about their little research that they're starting out within the communities. Those really stood out for me today. And the first thing the chief said this morning was, in his welcome, was health is all our issues. I mean, it belongs to all of us. Our health is important. And that he made a point that it's really, really important to Indigenous peoples that we are fully involved with each other in all aspects of health. So those are the things that stood out for me.
Mm-hmm.
So for me as well, and something very important is our youth. I am always advocating for them. I appreciate when the youth take time and spend with us to learn from us. We have experience. You can't find it in a book, but you can talk to us. Our doors are always open. I would like to point out one youth that I have watched for a little while now, Alia Grant. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of where you have come to. Thank you for all of your help on the Healthy Aging Project. I'm very grateful for that. You do your grandmother proud. Kunishish.
That's beautiful. If you'd like to share, and you may. If not, I can ask another question.
I enjoyed the whole morning that I was here. I left for a little bit, but everything that I was in here for, that I heard and saw, I enjoyed very much. I want to thank Weisbohr for all the work they put into this, and everybody that participated. I enjoyed everything that I heard. I learned a lot, and I look forward to many more conferences like this.
When you were listening to the presenters or listening to youth or just watching people interact, were there any stories or teachings that you felt that applied to the situation or the presentation, but it wasn't your turn to speak? Was there something that you felt you wanted to share with the group in terms of stories or teachings? Was there any it doesn't have to be cultural per se, but were there any teachings or stories that came to mind as you were listening to presenters or youth speak today that can shine light on some of the issues that were talked about?
Yes, there was quite a few for me. I think one of the ones that really stood out also, well, they all stand out. They're amazing presentations. I think Marilyn's talk on lateral violence and lateral kindness, and how the effects and trauma of Indigenous peoples through colonization and how we were hurt in residential schools. I went to residential school myself. And so that really touched me in many ways, the lateral violence and how we changed that to lateral kindness, and how body language is really, really, especially as an elder, and I think like it's like that for other elders, like that too, like we're really sensitive to body language and silence and that kind of thing, and we watch. I mean, it just, if you know, those kinds of things, that's really important, and how we treat one another, and how I think we should bring lateral violence discussions into pretty much everything we do. So that I guess the key thing is for everyone to just get along and work together and collaborate with each other. So I think that stood out for me as a person, and I wanted to share a story, but you know, it's not the place.
Yeah, of course. That resonated with me personally a lot as well. I find that lateral violence or lateral kindness, or it's really the basis of how we can build a foundation to get things done as a community, right? Like, and I found it bleeding into most of the other presentations that we listened to today, right? You in some way or another, you could have related it back to lateral violence or lateral kindness, and I found that to be a really smart setup. Is there any other any stories that came to mind when listening to the presentations today that you'd like to share?
I too enjoyed the talk on lateral violence and lateral kindness. I was glad when the kindness part came out, because I too went to residential school, not for very long, but I remember having to leave home, and they lined us up at Christmas time to talk on the radio and wish our parents or whoever we wanted to Merry Christmas. And I was 5 or 6, so I remember not wanting to go to the radio and talking, so I didn't. And a few days later, Mrs. Holman came to me and she said, "You have a visitor." So I followed her to the visitor's room, and my dad was sitting there. I said, "Dad, did you come visit me?" He said, "Your mom sent me because she didn't hear you on the radio. She said she must be scared or shy or something, so you bring her home." So they brought me home, and because there was no school in Sachs Harbor, they moved us to Holman Island, the next island over, for 3 years while they built a school in Sachs. So I'm always grateful to my parents for that, and I'm always grateful for the little experience that I have in residential schools and stuff, but most of all to my mom and dad.
Thank you. This, being through so much, you know, that's where a lot of advice comes from, a lot of experience and going through such hard times. So listening to the struggles that, you know, in the youth panel, you know, a lot of the youth are talking about lack of barriers to access or you know, lack of interest, or there's not enough programs in the things that our youth are interested in. What advice would you give to the younger generation here about taking the ideas from this conference and incorporating it into their own communities? How would you do that?
I think we got some really, really good information from the youth panel that sat up here today. They just want to be heard. They want to be embraced. They want to be they want to be able to learn from everyone, Indigenous, non-Indigenous. They're seeking knowledge, and they are here, and they want to be treated well. And that also goes for everyone, I guess, and all the children that are in school. In many cases, when I was a kid, I sat at the back of the class. And that means a big F when you sit in the back of the class. The ones who sat in front are the ones with the A's. And so experiences like that, just last a long time in your life. So the youth said it very clearly today. Embrace us, teach us, give us the opportunity, take us to your homelands, take us to the land, show us what you know. All of us, I guess I just want to add that all of us live in this territory together, and many of the young people are going to live here for the rest of their lives. And we have some very challenging times going forward. So we need to do everything we possibly can to bring any kind of education in kindness and love to young people and really embrace them, because we're going to need them. I'll be long gone. I think about my little grandson, and I try to do everything I possibly can to teach him. And I think that's what I heard from the youth today. Embrace us wherever we are, no matter our color. We just want to work with you, and we want to learn from you. And it's same with me at this age. I want to learn from non-Indigenous people. I want to be embraced too. I want to learn and be a partner, and so that we can have more strength in ourselves, so that we can take care of our future generations. And I think that came out really loud and clear for me from the youth panel. They said it in their own way, in their own words. And I really like our chair doing all that in Tlingit. It just really touches my heart. You're a young man, and you're doing all that, and you make people laugh, and you get us busy. And me and Doris say, "Oh, we have to get up and dance now," and we just it's just really amazing. And yeah, I think we learned a lot today from young people.
Amazing. I'd like to pass that on to you if you have an answer.
Yes, I would also just like to point out among the youth, specifically what stood out for me was Jared, Zakayla, and Emily. What you are doing on your salmon studies is so important, and I do encourage you to reach out to Alaska as well, Tlingit Haida, NOAA Fisheries, because without the salmon, we can't survive. So your studies are so very important, and please continue those.
I do.
I appreciated the young girl that was up here and said, "I'm not going to be here forever." I too strongly believe that what we're doing here encourages young people, and they found their voice, and we encourage them to use it, and we'll support them any way we can, every time we can. Thank you for that.
So, from your perspectives, and this can come from your own life experience, it can come from your own professional careers, but what do you think, I guess we kind of talked about that a little bit. If you have an answer to this, let me know. What do you think are the most important issues that we are focusing on right now for youth?
Probably the youth, and voicing their concerns and their hopes and dreams. And I think that everyone in here probably agrees that we are willing to help them anytime they need and want. All they have to do is ask.
Beautiful.
I just want to add something to that, if I can't. what really is a concern to me as an elder, and I know it's like that for all our elders, is the drug epidemic. Our communities are not doing very well, and once a drug gets into the community, it's just rampant. And it's as you guys know, we're one of the leading territories in all of Canada that has a drug epidemic. And that is really tearing us apart in many ways in our whole way of living. It hurts. It's happening almost every week now. So we need to do things, and I'm not sure, I'm just really concerned about that. I worry about that. And we don't see them around. And we see yourself and all the Indigenous youth and others here as well. How do we help? How do we help our communities in the area of health for those kinds of things, and do it together?
Getting all parties to the table, and yeah.
I too agree with both of my elders here. The issues are very difficult in the communities, and I would just like to see that we empower our youth in their communities. We don't need to bring other people in, for instance, to take care of the nursing section in our communities. We need to send people to the communities to empower our youth to do these kinds of jobs, for instance, take people's blood pressure, triage them, give them their medications, comfort their elders, feed them, whatever they might need. I think that's something that's so important. If we leave our minds idle and our hands idle, that is what we call playground for the devil, and that leads to things such as drug addiction, alcohol. So I really hope that everybody who was here today listened to what our youth are saying, and the examples of the youth that have become so successful that they're peers for when they go home to their communities. People will look up to them.
I do. Yes. Is there any points that you'd like to add on to that? Is there
Keep on talking and ask for help. In the university, we have an elders lounge from 7 till usually around 4. When the door is open, you're always welcome. Just for a break from whatever you're going through, tea or coffee, or come in for your lunch, or just have a breather. We're there to support you in any way we can, but you need to let us know what kind of help you need, and we're willing to be there for you.
support building capacity about youth? I mean, that's why we're here, right? To build capacity. So just to open that question up just a little bit more, nearing the end of our panel here, I just want to ask you if there are any ways in which, the methods that were discussed today, not necessarily that they're wrong, but is there anything that we can add to make this experience better for next year or the following years, or that we can keep building on the success that we're garnering from this event, right? Are there any ways you would have suggested we can improve this experience?
Okay.
Not all at once now.
Yeah. It's one thing that I'm going to be working here with Yukon University and learning from the people here and learning about various things. And one of the things I do bring is some experience in research in the communities. So I guess what methods that are being used we really need to look at for the communities, because when I was little in our community, I don't know if Doris remembers that, but all these researchers come from all over the world to our community. And at one time they set up a big tank and they put our men in that cold water. And they did all kinds of research, and they would come from Alaska and everywhere to my village, and we don't see, we're interested in what they're doing, so we go hang out, peek through the windows and stuff like that. Then they took hair samples and things like that, and blood samples, and we never did hear anything back from those things, at least I never, and I asked our other people that are my age if we ever heard back, and what did they do that for? So we've had some really not good experiences as Indigenous peoples with the word research and data collection, surveys, graphs. When people come in with research and they show graphs and stuff like that, our people really like it's different, and we don't really understand that well. We would rather be just communicated with in a good way, and to actually do community-based research and research in the communities. First of all, we need land permission, we need leadership permission, and then we go out there and ask them, we got all these youth we would like to teach. What can we teach them from your community that could be a project that you need some answers from your people? So we do that carefully, and then from there, we engage the community, get to know them, and make sure they get to know us, and we visit the elders. You go in there with the chief and council, you meet with the youth council, you work with the elders council, then you meet with the people themselves as well. So there's a process that's more welcome than the way some research are being done in the communities. I'm not saying that here, but from researchers coming into our communities. We need to, in my community, Old Crow has always welcomed researchers over many years, because we welcome them, and the elders sit down with them and tell them stories and engage with them directly. And then they're okay, and then they can go out there and do their research. But the way they treat animals and how you look at it and treat it and do that kind of thing was also concerns. So there's ways of doing research that can be indigenized as well, in a way that we would like to be engaged with, and that if you go in there as a researcher, you need to train a youth in the community. That youth needs to be with you and learn from you and that kind of thing. And the words, again, study, data, survey, research, graphs, those kinds of words kind of turn people off in terms of research in the communities in some cases. So we know that our young people need to learn. We know that they need to get educated. So we need to find a way that's relevant for the community, and we ask all those questions right up front as researchers. What do you want us to do in this community here? And what is your importance? What do you want answers to from your people? And then we find the money and do that kind of research, whether it's and work with the people that way and train a youth, right, or a couple of youth, right, in the community, usually a male and a female. So then, there are ways that are really welcoming that way when those kinds of collection of information takes place. So I heard a lot today about various different things that are going on. Medea's research, testing water, and that's really meaningful to our people right now, because it detects diseases right from the community, what kinds of diseases and sickness that could be in the communities. There's all kinds of things like chronic brain wasting disease, bird flu, those kinds of things that are coming to our communities that are going to affect our food security, very soon. And so we need researchers to assist us with those kinds of things at the community level and educate the entire community about issues that are quite pertinent to how we feel and how we're going forward. And all of that, pretty much all like research and stuff like that are in relation to health somehow based on the needs in the community.
I do. So ethical research, right? Like doing ethical research with an Indigenous lens, treating each other as equal. Do you think that that's something that should be not added, but just touched on periodically throughout, to make it a more comforting event, I guess?
Yes, if you go into a community and you do research and then you take the research and you present it in an international country even before you get the information and get permission from the community to do that. There's all kinds of protocols that the community may have, and a lot of our communities are there now. We have those protocols in place. So yeah, it's very careful, tread lightly. Like even if I drive from here to Dawson, if I'm going through northern Shoshone country, I acknowledge the ancestors. We acknowledge the ancestors of northern Shoshone people as we're driving through, or up to Trondheim people. Any land that we walk on, we acknowledge that. Because there's ancestors buried all over. They're part of the land, part of the water. So we acknowledge that spiritually. And we tread lightly, very lightly in the communities. We just don't take their information and show it off and say, well, this is an Indigenous person, hey, this is how it works. So we have to work really well, especially in these times, challenging times now, and work with kindness, lateral kindness, and care, and not just take, to build something. So yeah, we got some work to do, and this is an Indigenous university as well. This university is on Indigenous land, and we as Indigenous peoples need to take ownership of this institution and be able to be welcomed here and work with people in a good way. So I just really hope that we can do that. And it's getting there. It's doing good. It's doing a lot better. And we're hoping that it just gets better so that we can have a lot of Indigenous peoples in this institution. I don't like to call it institution. Maybe we could change that too. But this place of learning. It was given a name by Tlingit grandmother one time, and others as well. So yeah.
I would also like to forward that question on.
Thank you, Norma. I agree with everything I heard. I want to add that I have the privilege of going into classrooms, the YNTEP, early learning and healthcare, and those instructors are teaching their learners about the land, about the protocols in this land, so they could pass it on to their students and learn how to be respectful in this land, to the people and to the land. We have 2 wall tents in the back, and that's sometimes where they teach. And at first it's kind of weird, but oh so comforting. And next time we talk to them, they're looking forward to coming to the tents. So it's really a good way to learn. We go for walks, plant walks and stuff like that. So they are working really hard on starting the young people learning how to be here with the people and for the people.
Beautiful. I just have one more question for each of you, and it's a one-word answer. If you had, and it's a fun one, I kind of end things with this sometimes. So if you had one wish for our youth in context of this conference that you can, snap your fingers and grant, what would that be for our youth? And I'll just we'll go down the line as we have been.
Jerry, you answer that one. No, you. Okay. You have to reframe that question in my mind here.
If I was a genie, I can grant you a wish instantly. That it would, if I snap my fingers, boom, it'd be granted. What would that be for our youth? What would be the most immediate thing that you can think of that you'd like solved right now?
Well-being for the youth.
Specifically in what way? I did say one. You beat me. That's okay. Well,
I would say proud.
pride.
I'm
yeah.
proud today, like, of all the youth that presented, like their little community-based research. It's amazing. All the youth that, like yourself, and like our chair, and all the young people that are here, and our cameraman way back there that just showcased the film. Just like amazing youth that we have here today. I feel pride in my Emily.
And I like their well-being so that they continue to do the work that we will no longer be here to do.
No,
Peace.
peace. Beautiful. That's a great way to end it. Can we get a round of applause for our panel? Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, I'm just going to pass it back over to Gary, because this guy can talk your ear off with nothing to say. So,
Sheesh. Thank you so much to our elders. Let's give them another little round of applause there. Hasil kuhas tuwadai away gut hajit kaduati. If it wasn't for our elders, we wouldn't be here. Yan has ausenech ach yan tuadiye yik kadein naktuat. They already prepared the path for us, and so let's walk carefully upon it. Just hearing the elders speak always makes me want to quote some people, reference some people, and I just wanted to say, "Shtuga chadati iyu chatangi." We are so grateful for your words. We have to keep in mind that we honestly would not be here if it wasn't for those survivors and those people, and all these people going through those things. And with that being said, we are going to get into the fun part now, where we're going to be doing some prizes, and we're going to be doing some things. So, MCs, you want to come on up here? No? Okay, okay. My joke will have to wait then until I get to stand beside my MCs again. So we're going to call up Shayna, and she's going to be doing some draws and some thanks and things like that, and basically getting us prepped for the close. So come on up. Want a cordless, or you want to stand here?
I'll use this. Yeah. Thank you. Don't look at my book too close or you might see it shake. I'm typically very comfortable with public speaking, but the first thing that I wanted to do following the elders panel was give a thank you to my elders. Cha'anjo Norma Masicho, Diktaluk Akwok Sarah Kwana Yok. Yawat Jerry Gunlashish Atlain In Yai Jinai. Thank you all. I thought it appropriate to thank you in each of your languages. Yeah, so I think it's fair to be a little nervous about that. I'm sure I'll hear if the pronunciation was a bit off. There are many, many people to thank that help with this event. It really takes a lot of people as I try and open my phone list so that I don't forget anything. To all of our amazing presenters who really made this event what it was, thank you for being here and thank you for sharing your learnings and your words. To Gunta, who's our third year doing the hybridization and the tech, they've done an amazing job in all 3 rooms. They put out all the fires for me, and I couldn't do this without them. Again, to the Yukon U Culinary team who have gone home, but each year it's an opportunity to give the students their first events usually that they ever cater. So we always like to partner with them, and it was just very convenient that our theme surrounded youth this year. To my Y Sport team, to my scientific director, Michelle Leach, Izzy Schwartz, Anna Bilowitz, who has just left us, and Amy Risky, as well as my team at the hubs. We've got Janet, Dina, Piper, and then we also have a shout out to Davin and Tracy helping us at Old Crow. You guys kept my head on my shoulders. Thank you for running at the drop of a hat at anything that I needed to do. You're what makes it so that I can actually make something like this happen. The facility teams at UConnU who helped us set up this entire room. The library team who let us use the 2 rooms where you can still get a couple of fur earrings if you haven't gotten them yet. To our MCs, the first time we've ever had 3, which was very exciting, and you've all done such a great job. To Imalik Galbraith for the fur demo table, to Didi Talep for the fur earring kits, Natalie with Aspen Therapeutic, who was offering massages today, Amy Genier for the traditional medicines workshop, Esther for graphic design, our photographer, Briar Rose, right here. I can see you, so I get to pick on you a little bit. Sunny Moore, who is a youth entrepreneur who harvested the teas that were one of the welcome gifts. And there's also more details in your program about all the co-branded products and co-facilitators. I apologize if I didn't immediately get to that here, but I couldn't just be here for half an hour thanking everybody. I wanted to give a quick reminder before we move on to draw prizes that we do have a survey. It's on the second page of your program. You can scan it or follow a link. And just a reminder that there are 2 $200 Visa gift cards to win from that. We'll be giving you the evening to fill it out, and tomorrow by the end of the day, I will have posted the winners on Facebook and contacted you directly if you're the winner. Those surveys let me improve this event. I read every single one of the comments, and I try and implement the feedback we get. So this really helps me elevate this event. So I would really appreciate if you could take a few minutes. I think SurveyMonkey said it takes like 5 minutes to fill out. So genuinely, not just saying 5 minutes for the sake of 5 minutes. That's what the website told me it takes to fill out. And one more note before draw prizes is you are a community health and wellness representative who has come in to visit from the communities, please come see myself or Riley before you leave at the end of the day, okay? All right, now the fun part that everyone loves. I have my wonderful team member, Anna, over there helping me out, and so we are gonna raffle these off one at a time. Anna, how about you select one at random? What's the first prize we're gonna raffle off? It's the Traditional Medicines box by Amy Genier, who did the Traditional Medicines workshop. And it's never a raffle if I don't walk into the crowd and get someone to pick a ticket. So here we go. All right. Yes, that'll be great.
And it's not a great event if you're not embarrassing people making them talk on the microphone.
6895435.
And you have to be here to win, so we will redraw if no one claims.
5435.
The last 3 digits were?
5435.
The last 4 digits.
Kijin Dakun Nutsk Dakun.
All right, I'm pretty sure people would pop up, so we're gonna go again.
The last 4 digits are 5492.
Oh, we have a winner! Congratulations on winning the Traditional Medicines gift box. All right, Gary, who's our next target?
Ooh.
And this time we're gonna raffle off the food box courtesy of Cultured Cheese.
I feel like we got to go with this side of the room since we're on that side, right? Excuse
This
me.
is a good system. I get to just stay here.
Okay. It's always good to look at people who aren't paying attention. And then she says, what the heck? Last 4 digits are?
I can't see. Oh, 5466.
5466.
Oh, over here. We got a winner right here.
Congratulations on the food box courtesy of Cultured Cheese.
Cheese, please.
The third draw prize is going to be some beaded earrings, and it's moose bone? It has a description on it. Anna.
Show us with your antlers. Is it moose or is it caribou?
And who's the artist?
Yeah, we want to know the animal bone and the artist.
They're from what? Okay.
Purple antler
gem earrings.
Let's get some youth presenters to pull this one, eh? Here we go.
JC Sam is the artist.
Five, 4, 2, 9.
Any takers? 5429. Nope. We're gonna go again.
5, 4, 7, 9.
Third time's a charm.
I keep checking.
Again, you have to be here with your ticket to win.
I dropped it. 5, 4, 6, 4. Oh, that's mine.
Oh, congratulations.
All right, I had to make sure, and she is a Yahweh. She's correct. Wow, third time was the charm. Wow.
From who, Katie? One Yukon? So we have a backpack that was donated as a fifth draw prize from the One Yukon Coalition team. So that's what we'll be drawing for next. So there's a secret fifth prize.
Excellent. Well, I noticed this table all day. I even tried to pick on them once, and they didn't respond because they were so hard at work beating. And so I figured we may as well get a pull from here. We better not be seeing these things beaded, sold on buy and sell after this.
5497.
Just wait.
We'll do another take.
Put it back.
Five four 50.
Sorry. 5450.
Woo! Congratulations, Norma, on the beautiful backpack. And the final draw for tonight are sealskin mitts with fox trim that were made by Amalek Galbraith, who was here with the fur demo table.
Who's pulling that one?
Gary, I think that you can do the honors on our last one.
Aaliyah Grant from Carcross pulled their own number, so I'm hoping for 5487, because that's me. Let's see here. Throwing it out in the universe. 5470. No, wait, really?
We have
Taylor Rock.
Taylor
everybody.
Rock.
MC.
Okay, I will leave you for close. Thank you again.
Goodness. Wow. You guys want to hear a little language joke? Well, I'm glad somebody said yes. Because you're going to hear it anyway. All right. In Alaska or in the States, the way they say holy, they say ha'eh. But in Canada, it's ha'eh. There's another secret prize, everybody.
We forgot about the online. There's a wheel of names for a $100 Visa gift card. I'm
Okay. Yes, there are two, right?
One online. There's two for the survey.
Okay, there's two prizes for the survey that you guys will be filling out and doing, right? And then there's going to be one right now online for $100 Visa. For $100 Visa gift card.
Gunta is wheeling the names right now. Yeah.
Oh.
Great. Excellent.
Sabrina Kinsella. Yuck. Yuck. All right. So I think that's it. I just got to say goodbye to everybody, correct? So I'm going to call up my MCs to come on up here. Jedrick, always leaving me. Okay. So I just wanted to say, thank you, each and every single one of you. We are so grateful for everybody coming. We are looking forward to this happening again. This is happening again next year. And like I said at the beginning, we are going to be partnering next year with the people that are hosting that gala that I couldn't remember earlier, and I still can't remember. Does anyone else know? Yukon Aboriginal Women's Council. 50 years they are celebrating. So yes, let's put it head together. So check that out. It's going to be at the Kwalindun Cultural Center. The Duckakwan dancers will be dancing at 7:30 p.m. And since if you guys don't feel like cooking and stuff, I recommend you go there and see if you can get a ticket and get some dinner. It's going to be really, really great. I just want to say thank you to Taylor Rock and Jedrick Dendies. I've always wanted to be between a rock and Jed's place, you know, so let's just like, I want to say thank you for putting this team together. You know, you can as well to say whether you liked us or didn't, because then they could either rehire us or they could say, we don't want Gary again. He holds that mic too long. But I will bring more jokes, and I just want to say thank you, everybody. Travel safe and be safe. Enjoy yourselves, and I hope you have a happy, long weekend, and I'm just going to let Taylor say goodbye.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for holding space for me to speak today and for having me here. I really appreciate your time and your listening. Also, don't forget to grab your snacks on the way out. There's very free cold snap chippery snacks on the way out. Feel free to grab one. There's a variety of flavors, and they're custom made just for you. There's also a shuttle. The location of pickup is out front by the main doors. It's called Alcan Bus. It's the shuttle you came on this morning. So if you were a shuttle person this morning, it's going to be out at the main entrance for you, okay? I hope it's a safe, good drive for you, not too bumpy. I know the roads are a little crazy. The elevators also can offer assistance to anyone with their exit. And if you need help, follow the tape or ask one of us and we'll help you to the elevator. And again, the Yukon Aboriginal Women's Council is tonight. Tickets are still available. So if you're interested, please contact them directly. And thank you again for your time.
Goodness sheesh, everybody. I'll see you later. In the indigenous languages all over the world, you do not say goodbye. You say, I'll see you again later. And so I'm going to sing a song for you guys, which is, I'll see you all again later. And thank you for coming. In the key of... if you're happy and you know it. Tsuye kwasatini seganen. Tsuye kwasatini seganen. Tsuye kwasatini gunas chishadi adi. Tsuye kwasatini seganen. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all so much for coming. We really appreciate it. It's nice to see you. Bye.